Have you ever just wished you had an AI assistant that actually knows your business? Like inside and out? An expert that's trained only on your company's documents, your instructions, all that internal knowledge? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how you can build one. All right, let's get into it. So here's the game plan. First, we'll cover the big idea behind a custom AI assistant. Then, we're going to follow two different paths at the same time. One is what happens when a user asks a question, and the other is how the AI's brain gets built and updated, all automatically. And then we'll tie it all together and talk about why this is such a game changer for pretty much any business.
Okay, first things first, what are we actually building here? And what problem is it really solving? Because this isn't just another generic chatbot. Nope. This is about giving an AI a very specific, curated brain filled with your information.
Now, the magic behind all this is a technology called RAG. That stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. In plain English, it just means the AI doesn't make stuff up. Instead, it has to first retrieve or find the relevant info from your private documents. Then, it uses what it found to generate a really precise, accurate answer. Think of it this way. It has to read your company handbook before it's allowed to write an email.
And you know, this solves a huge problem for businesses. Just think about all the information you have scattered around. PDFs, FAQs, user manuals, internal wikis, it's everywhere. This system pulls all of that into one single smart AI assistant. An assistant that can automate customer support, help new employees get trained up way faster, and give instant answers 24/7.
So let's walk down that first path, the user's journey. What actually happens from the second someone types a question or, sends a voice note into a chat app like Telegram. It's a really clean 5-step process. So, step 1, the user sends a message. If it's a voice memo, it gets instantly transcribed into text. No problem. Next, the AI agent, which is kind of like the central brain of the system, gets that text. And here's the crucial part. It doesn't answer right away. It actually stops, and it goes and searches its own knowledge base for the relevant facts. And only then does it put together a precise answer based on your private data and sends it back.
Okay, so that's what the user sees. But where does the AI get all this knowledge to begin with? Well, that brings us to our second journey, the process of making the AI's memory smarter, which, and this is the best part, happens completely automatically in the background.
The whole process is actually brilliantly simple. It kicks off anytime you add a new document to a specific folder in Google Drive. The system sees it, automatically downloads it, and breaks the text up into smaller, manageable chunks. Then, each little chunk is converted into a numerical code. It's called an embedding. You can think of it like a unique digital fingerprint that captures the meaning of the text. All those fingerprints get stored in a special database, a vector store, which basically becomes the AI's permanent searchable memory.
And this is where it all clicks into place. You can see how each piece of technology has its role to play. Telegram is the front door for users, right? But Google Drive is the front door for new knowledge. And in the middle, you've got the powerhouses. OpenAI, which is smart enough to both understand user questions and create those knowledge fingerprints, and then a database like Superbase, which acts like the AI's library, storing everything and then finding the right book on demand.
All right, so we've got questions flying in from one side, and we've got knowledge being stored on the other. How do we make sure they connect perfectly every single time? Well, it all comes down to one core, non-negotiable instruction that we give to the AI agent.
This right here, this single instruction is the most important rule in the entire system. We tell the AI point blank, you answer user queries based on documents found in your knowledge base, always refer to the tool to answer. This command forces the AI to ground its answers in your facts, not just its general knowledge from the internet. It's this simple rule that prevents the AI from making things up, what everyone calls hallucinating. It's the secret sauce.
You know, it's interesting. The AI actually uses two kinds of memory. Think of it like this. It's got a short-term memory that keeps track of the current conversation, just so it understands the context of what you're talking about. But it also has a long-term memory. That's the vector store, which holds the entire library of all your company documents. And it's this combination that lets it have a totally natural back-and-forth conversation while always pulling its facts from the official source of truth.
So we've gone deep into the how it works. Let's finish up with the so what. I mean, what is the real-world business impact of actually putting a system like this in place?
the benefits are just so practical. I mean, first, you bring all your scattered knowledge into one living resource. Right away, that's going to reduce the load on your support staff. You can give people instant, accurate answers 24/7. New employees, they can get up to speed in a fraction of the time. And the best part? Keeping the whole thing perfectly up to date is literally as easy as dropping a new file into a Google Drive folder.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. What if your business's entire collective knowledge, every single process, every policy, every answer to every question could fit inside a single chat window ready for anyone, anytime? That's not science fiction anymore. That's the power of RAG.